What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I gotta talk about these kind of people, man, because these people are some of the most idiotic individuals that you could ever think of. And I'm gonna go straight into it. These are people who have this philosophy that the only way for you to really be respected and have credibility as a street dude or female, you have to have done something really stupid, or you have to have almost been killed at some point. You have to have done a bunch of jail time, prison time, possibly behind something really stupid. And that's what elevates you up into this status and this level of respect and what they call street credibility. That's the dumbest thing I ever seen in my life, and people kind of live by that standard. They'll say, "Well, man, he ain't never put in no work. He ain't never been shot." It's like, what? He ain't never been stabbed. Now he ain't never even been to the pen before. So what is you talking about, man? We can't, bro. I'm not a person who glorifies any type of street activity. I'm not glorifying nobody that's out there selling dope, nobody that's out there jacking and robbing, stealing, none of that stuff. I'm definitely not glorifying anybody who um, should be on world's dumbest criminals, meaning the people who consistently are out there doing dirt, but they not even good at it. They always getting caught. They in and out of jail, always getting busted. Uh, the deals that they try to do always seem to go wrong and fall through and go bad, but they come right back out there. They got some hell of a perseverance, though, because they jump right back in the mix and crank it up all over again. This mindset that these types of people are the ones who are worthy of our respect. And oh man, OG been putting in work for years, man. That boy been putting in work. I remember one time, boy, he running from the laws and jumped the curve in the car, crashed the car into the tree, got out, ran, and they still caught him, took him to jail. He ended up doing 5 years. But that's a hero. That's a hero in the hood. No, man. Street credibility works in a few ways, man. It's a real complex, slippery slope, in my opinion, because there are people who've never done any of those stupid things like that, and they still respected in the streets. You have activists that are out here putting in work to make the hood better, make the streets better, safer, and cleaner, and they respected in the streets if they're not out here hustling, if they're not out here trying to scam and use their activism just as a way to get money. There are people who have done dirt and learned their lesson and then cleaned up their own act, and now they out here being advocates for change, advocates to make the hood better, but they also have street credibility as well. And that's not to say, now don't get me wrong, I don't want y'all thinking that anybody who have been out in the streets that have made mistakes and have done some regrettable things, that they just are irredeemable, or they just, nah, it's not. It's when you have people on the sidelines that will look at somebody else and say, well, because this person didn't get shot in the head and survive, and now he's in a wheelchair and crippled, and because this person is not doing 173 years in prison because he got caught with all this dope and because he killed because they're not that, those are the ones, they not worthy of respect, but yet you give them respect to the stupid actions of people who not only ruin their own life, but have also ruined other people's lives along the way. We got to grow out of that. We got to get out of that thought process and just this this TV world, this movie fantasy world where that is looked up to. And the root of it, I ain't gonna say the root of it, but part of what perpetuates it is this TV stuff. It is this glorification of gangster life. This glorification of seeing the gangster walking through the streets in slow mo, just busting, and bullets flying around. He ain't getting hit. Man, this ain't TV. So the saddest part about it is that a lot of times when you have these conversations or see these conversations or read comments from people who talk like that, a lot of times, man, these are grown people. I can understand if it was some silly, naive 13, 14, 15-year-old that just don't know no better, ain't haven't came into the understanding yet. But a lot of time, man, these cats that's 30, 35, these are older people that had this mindset. Well, what have he done? What have he done out here? They ain't asking what have he done in terms of any good. They want to know how many people he done, how many bodies he got. They want to hear some hood stories, man. Let's grow out of that, y'all. Let's grow out of that, man. That's not a good thing to present to our future generations and our current generations. We have to take the focus off of glorifying and making that lifestyle be attractive to our youth. And that's what happens. It's hard enough with the way the conditions are in our neighborhoods, in our communities. That creates a big enough pull on them, because out of survival, a lot of people would turn to certain lifestyles just to try to survive, and that's based on conditions. That's tough enough. But when you got some clown, and sometimes it be in their own family, because you have a family of criminals, man. You got a family of uncles and older brothers who love going to prison, and the little one is watching them all these years, just seeing them. You see them in good points of their life. You see them when they got a bunch of money. You seeing them when they pulling up in these types of cars and all that. So that is the illusion. But then it goes even further to when they finally get busted, finally locked up. Somehow that even attracts, that even seems cool to our young people. We got to reverse that thought in them. And if we can do that and start making them really understand what really is worthy of acknowledgement, what really is worthy of glorification, then we'll start getting better. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I'll hit y'all with another one soon. Go subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast. I'm not telling y'all to subscribe to just some random podcast. That's my podcast. Go subscribe to it now. Check out the content we already got up. New episode we dropping this weekend. All right, peace.